Well, you asked for it, so I delivered it. Hi, my name is Tanya, and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a coloring tutorial in the Time Chamber. It's just a single cog on a page, and I think it's towards the back of the book, so go ahead and grab that book and grab your color pencils and let's get going. As always, there is a list in the description below of all the colors that I use, as well as on the screen as per request. I'm using Polychromos color pencils from Faber-Castell, but you can use pretty much anything that you have. Crayola, Prismacolor, whatever you got. We're going to start off with a base color in a warm gray. So here you're going to want to skip, I guess I'm going to call them little spokes. You're going to skip some space and leave a little bit of a space for a highlight, and just make sure you do that every once in a while to give it a shine effect. So from wherever you're going to have that shine, make sure you carry it all the way through to the center. From here you're going to blend white into your highlight area to where your shine is going to be, and that's going to soften up the edges of where the gray stops and the white starts. I am not the best person at shine. I am still learning how to do it, but that's my basic understanding of it. Hopefully yours comes out a little bit better than mine, but practice makes perfect. This type of video was so highly requested. I cannot count how many times I got asked to do a slower version, so I hope you guys really enjoy it, and I hope that I do an okay job. Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I know the angle probably isn't the best, but it's my first time doing this type of video, so I'm going to try a different angle for my next video. For time's sake, I do speed it up once we get a little further into the process, just because you get the gist of the idea of the area that I'm coloring, and I need to save a little bit of time. This video is 20 minutes long, so I'm not so sure who's going to actually want to sit there and watch it. So now we're going to be adding a little bit of shadow. We're using Walnut Brown, but a dark brown of pretty much any color is going to work. You're going to want to go with a warmer color just because you have a warm gray. You're going to color in between each of the little cog spouts, whatever those things are, and then just one on top, a little line on top of the inner part, but not on the ones that you leave white. You wouldn't want to shadow where your highlight is. That wouldn't make any sense. So on the inner part, I went ahead and shaded from the bottom up about midway, and I did this for every single one of them, even the ones that I did leave white for, just because in my mind it's on a different level and it's more like a shadow from the top piece, if that makes any sense. So basically what I'm doing is I'm laying down my shadows in my dark color, and then I'm going over the top of it with my base color as a blender instead of a colorless blender, because I don't really like them as much. I feel like they pick up pigment and they make my pages less vibrant in the end. Same as if you use white, I feel like it mutes the color and kind of takes away from the vibrancy of the picture, and I like really vibrant pictures. So for the shading, you're going to want to put the heaviest pressure on the darkest area where your darkest part of the shadow is going to be, and then you're going to lighten up your pressure towards the middle and where your lightest areas are going to be. And that's pretty much where you want to actually add the gray on top. You kind of want to leave your darkest part alone and just sort of blend out the edges so it's not so hard and crisp. You want it to be kind of blurry and smooth. For the shadow part, you're going to want pretty decently sharp edge for your dark color and a relatively blunt edge for your blending color. And for me, that just works better. I'm not as precise with my gray as I am with my brown. And that kind of gives your shadow a little bit more of an edge. Experiment with different strokes and find what works best for you. Sometimes I find that quick little flicks will help me get a certain texture, certain blending style that I'm going for, and sometimes tiny little circles help. So switch it up, try and find out which one works best for you, and keep at it. Honestly, I like the warm gray so much, I'm probably gonna have to replace my pencil pretty soon. What I'm doing here is I am just going all the way around the outer part of the cog on the inside and just giving it kind of like a 3D shadow, except for where the white is. So now we're going to go in with our cream color, and we're going to color the inside of the little spokes. I'm using about a medium pressure here. A little harder more at the top than down at the bottom because I am going to go through with a different type of pencil, and sometimes Prismacolor and Faber-Castell don't really blend well together sometimes, so I try not to go as hard where I know I'm going to add Prismacolor on top. So this here is a Prismacolor bronze color, and I'm using harder pressure towards the edge and softer pressure towards the end, and just going through and blending it with cream. Now you're going to take that same cream color and color on the inside of the little things that stick out. I don't know what they're called. Now you're going to take the bronze, and I know you can't see it now, but I do come around. You're going to color it in the same way. You're going to take the bronze from the very bottom and color it towards the top, and then you're going to color over that little horizontal piece. Try not to overdo it and cover up your cream. Leave a little space between the bottom part and the top part. Then you take cream one more time and go through and color these little M shapes. Then you're going to take the bronze on the very edges and blend them out. Taking some Prismacolor Lilac and just coloring every diamond you see. I don't have a shading color because this detail is pretty small and I didn't really want to waste my time. It really wouldn't add anything to it if I added a shadow. You could use black if you felt like it. Then you're going to take that same lilac color and color in that little lacy looking part. Again, the detail here is so small, it doesn't really help to add a second color. Now you're going to take Prismacolor Metallic Gold and the bronze, and you're going to alternate. So you're going to do one little triangle on the star as gold, skip, do the other one gold, skip, and then you're going to fill in all the ones you skipped with bronze. And you're going to do this for every single star that you see on the page. When I said every star on the page, I meant every star on the page. When you're coloring the stars that are on the outermost edge, make sure that you don't color the little stem that they're attached to. We are going to go through and color that in a completely different color, so don't color that unless you don't like the idea of it being a different color and you want it all to look the same. Metal, just go ahead and color that if that's what you feel. Bear in mind that when I list colors and when I mention colors, it's not solid. You do not have to use the colors that I used. You can use colors that you want. This is just what I used, and if you guys want to replicate it, I give you the colors. Alright, take that cream color one more time, fill in the small little eggy oval looking things. Grab that purple and fill in the dots in the middle. Grab your bronze and lightly color just a little bit, give it a little bit of 3-dimension. And one more time, color in that star, skipping every other one, then filling in those skipped ones with bronze. Then you're going to grab some sort of natural looking green and a complementary darker green, color in the leaves, and then give the little lines on the inside a little bit of love with that dark green. For the inner stars, you are going to want a pretty sharp pencil. The details are really small, so to get in there pretty good, you're going to want to sharpen and get a nice little point. Then take that gold and color in those outer lines of the oval. How you guys doing? You hanging in there? We're almost done. Alright, take some sort of reddish color and go ahead and lightly, and I mean lightly, color in the rest of the little middle oval looking things. I had previously colored a cog in the beginning of the book in this exact same style, and because I like to keep things the same throughout so they all kind of match, I had to go ahead and use the same colors again, and I used two colors that look really similar, and I probably in retrospect would have picked a darker color, so now's your opportunity to pick a darker color than the one that you used to fill it in. So now you can go ahead and take your copper marker. I'm using the Recollections in a medium nub. I wish I would have got the fine nub, but they didn't have any. You don't have to use the Recollections marker if you do not want to. I actually, on another page, again colored this, and I used actually a Crayola metallic bronze that I got out of that 100 color pencil pack. So if you have a different bronzy color that you like, go ahead and use that. I only had the marker and I didn't think about using the Crayola color pencil till after I filmed this. So yeah, go ahead and grab what you got. Honestly, I don't really care too much for the Recollections markers in this book because sometimes you can't see very well. The nub in the medium size is a little too big for the small details, so it gets a little messy. I can't exactly fill it all in without pretty much erasing the line art, and then you don't know what it's supposed to be. So if I run into any more cogs in this book, I'm probably actually going to use the Crayola bronze like I did on the other page, just because I like having more control. So with the Recollections, you're just going to go ahead and color everything else that's white. Just go ahead and color it in with the copper and you're done. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's what you were asking for. If you have anything in mind that you think that I should change or that you would like to see, definitely leave that in the comments down below. I am open to suggestions, and I hope that you really liked this. Stay tuned for my next video. I am already filming another one for you guys, and that should be up next week. As always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, it really helps me out. And subscribe if you haven't already. I try to put up a new video every week. I'm getting into a little bit more of a schedule, so it's starting to become a little bit more consistent for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week.